We've come a long way together. We've covered what an HRIS is, how to manage data properly, and how people use these systems day to day. But now I want to take you to the next level, and this is where things get really exciting. Today, we're talking about how HRIS transforms from just a record keeping tool into something much more powerful, a strategic business weapon. What is strategic HR and why should you care? Let me start with the simple question. What separates companies that just survive from those that absolutely dominate their markets? It's not always the best product or the biggest budget. Often, it's how well they use their people to achieve their business goals. Strategic HR is about connecting everything HR does, hiring, training, performance management, employee engagement, directly to what the company is trying to achieve in the marketplace. Instead of HR just saying we hired 50 people this quarter, strategic HR asks, did those 50 people have the exact skills we need to launch our new product line? Are they in the right locations? Do they fit our culture? And how will they help us beat our competition? It's about thinking like a business leader, not just an HR administrator. Strategic HR involves three key elements: understanding business goals. Where is the company heading? Are we expanding internationally? Launching new products? Improving customer service? Identifying HR's role. How can people's strategy directly contribute to those goals? Developing targeted HR strategies, creating specific programs, policies, and initiatives that move the business forward. How HRIS becomes your strategic command center. Now, here's where it gets interesting. An advanced HRIS isn't just storing data anymore, it's providing the intelligence you need to make strategic decisions. Think of your HRIS as your strategic command center. It's where all your people data comes together to paint a clear picture of your workforce, capabilities, your gaps, and your opportunities. Let me show you how this works. 1. Aligning HR activities with business goals. Your HRIS can track not just what HR is doing, but how it's impacting business results. For example, let's say your company wants to improve customer satisfaction scores. Your HRIS can track which employees completed customer service training, monitor their performance ratings, and even correlate that with actual customer feedback scores. You're not just running training programs, you're proving they work. 2. Strategic workforce planning. This is where HRIS really shines. Instead of just knowing how many people you have today, you can forecast what you'll need tomorrow. Your HRIS can analyze demographic trends. Who's retiring in the next 5 years? Which departments are growing fastest? What skills are becoming more critical? If your company is planning to expand into Southeast Asia, your HRIS can quickly identify which employees already have language skills, cultural experience, or international business knowledge. 3. Advanced talent management. HRIS transforms talent management from guesswork into science. Recruitment. Instead of posting jobs and hoping, you can analyze which sources bring the best long-term performers. Performance management. Track not just individual performance, but team dynamics, leadership pipeline strength, and skill development patterns. Succession planning identifies future leaders years in advance and creates targeted development paths. Learning and development deliver personalized learning recommendations based on career goals, skill gaps, and business needs. 4. Organizational development insights. Your HRIS becomes a window into your company culture. Employee engagement surveys, retention patterns, internal mobility data, all of this helps you understand what's working in your organization and what needs to change. Real-world strategic HRIS in action. Let me share some examples that show how this looks in practice. Example 1, skills intelligence. A technology company uses their HRIS to maintain a real-time skills inventory. When they decide to launch an AI product, instead of immediately posting external job openings, they query their system and discover they already have 15 employees with machine learning experience scattered across different departments. They can redeploy internal talent and save months of hiring time. Example 2, retention strategy. A retail chain notices through their HRIS analytics that their top performing store managers are leaving at twice the rate of average performers. Digging deeper, they find these high performers aren't leaving for money, they're leaving because they feel stuck. The company creates a fast-track promotion program specifically for high-potential managers, reducing turnover by 60%. Example 3, global succession planning. An IT services company uses HRIS to manage succession planning across 12 countries. They identify critical roles, track high-potential employees, and create development programs that prepare people for leadership positions 2 to 3 years before they're needed. When a country manager leaves unexpectedly, they have 3 qualified internal candidates ready to step up. A detailed real-life case study. Let me tell you about a large manufacturing company in India that perfectly demonstrates strategic HRIS usage. This company decided to expand globally, a huge strategic initiative. But they had a problem. They weren't sure if their workforce could handle international operations. Here's how they used their HRIS strategically. Phase 1, skills gap analysis. They use their HRIS to map current employee skills against the requirements for global expansion. The system revealed they needed more employees with international business experience, foreign language capabilities, and cross-cultural communication skills. Phase 2, internal talent identification. Before going to external hiring, they used HRIS to identify existing employees who had studied abroad, worked with international clients, or demonstrated language abilities. They found hidden talent they didn't even know they had. Phase 3, strategic development programs. They created targeted training programs in the national business courses, language training, cultural sensitivity workshops, and used HRIS to track progress and measure effectiveness. Phase 4, succession planning. They identified key positions for their international operations and created development pipelines using HRIS to track high-potential employees and their readiness for global roles. The result? Their global expansion succeeded largely because they had the right people with the right skills in the right places at the right time. That's strategic HR powered by HRIS. The transformation from administrative to strategic. Here's what I want you to understand. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in how HR operates. Traditional HR says, we processed 200 job applications this month. Strategic HR says, we identified and hired 3 candidates who will help us enter the European market and increase revenue by 15% next year. Traditional HR says, we conducted 50 performance reviews. Strategic HR says, we identified our next generation of leaders and created development plans that will ensure business continuity for the next decade. Your HRIS is what makes this transformation possible. It provides the data, analytics, and insights that turn HR from a cost center into a profit driver. Key takeaway: HRIS as your strategic advantage. And HRIS is no longer just a system for storing employee data. It's a strategic business intelligence platform that helps you make smarter workforce decisions, anticipate future talent needs, develop competitive advantages through your people, drive business results through strategic HR initiatives. The companies that understand this, that leverage their eyes strategically rather than just administratively, these are the companies that will dominate their industries in the years ahead. Because at the end of the day, every business is a people business. And the organizations that best understand, develop, and deploy their human capital will be the ones that win.